So the light middleweight final, the World Cup then, the Canadian hero, the blonde Shawn O'Sullivan, who's only 19, against Armando Martinez, the Cuban, only 20, and the reigning Olympic champion. 7 Cubans, 5 Americans entered in the World Cup, but no Britons, and judging by the standard of the Cuban champions, maybe that's just as well. O'Sullivan comes from Toronto, really a big name in Canada, and they're wondering what would have happened had the Canadians entered the Olympics in Moscow, where of course the Cubans really were superb. Martinez was only 18 when he came home with that gold medal, a tremendous feat that. And a tough opening round. And remember the bruises, the earlier competition that these fellows have had to go through, eliminating Bulgarians, Venezuelans, Koreans. And what a start this is. Well, they said that O'Sullivan was the gutsiest fighter in Canada, and they weren't kidding. Short punches of the Cuban, just watch the way he rips those to the body there. Very effective indeed. Very well taught, the Cuban amateur team. Up his punches, the Olympic champion leads with the right hand there and still gets away with it. O'Sullivan's not too big on defense. He's going to get a standing count, and rightly so. Well, that's a shock for the local hero. A standing 8 count. So back into action then, and a good start by the Olympic champion. And again, second respite. He doesn't agree with that, O'Sullivan, neither does the crowd. But they're not taking the punches. It's all very well them booing there, but this boy Martinez, he hurts. Can O'Sullivan survive this first round? Well, he could have fooled me there, hitting with the inside of the glove, but they were good enough to stop this fellow in his tracks, and he's really as game as they come, O'Sullivan. Oh, a cut over the left eye there. I'm surprised he didn't take O'Sullivan to the corner, at least for the doctor to have a look at that. It looks bad enough, but he's saved with a bell then at the end of the first round. Well, I'm surprised they're not working quicker on that eye. They've only got a vital 60 seconds. So you get a replay then of Martinez just missing with that right-hand lead, which is unorthodox, but he's always ready to bring in a counter blow. There, watch those hooks to the body. Really professionally delivered, aren't they? But all the time, O'Sullivan nagging away, clubbing around the head. A really professional exchange, that. That right hand then, that's the one that really gets O'Sullivan in trouble. So round 2. Shawn O'Sullivan, a couple of compulsory standing counts in the opening round, and the Cuban Martinez then must have won that by what, 2017, 2018 at the maximum. Warned for hitting with the inside of the glove, Martinez. It takes a bit of believing, but I suppose he must have done that. Why these gloves have the white tips on, it's supposed to help the judges to know when they hit correctly with the knuckle part of the glove. Well, there was enough action in that opening round to last a long time, but they're back in at the second, and certainly O'Sullivan has marvellous powers of recovery. Well, you won't get a better fight between teenagers than this one now. Although Martinez, in fact, has just got out of the teenage limit by a few months. What a battle in the second round. And the crowd really behind O'Sullivan, as you would expect, because he's as game as they come. Reminds me of a young Jerry Quarry. Well, if ever you've seen a Canadian professional in the making, surely this one. Or will they hang around, hopefully, for the Olympic Games in Los Angeles? And O'Sullivan tried to dishearten the Cuban, but the left-hooking Cuban there so poked with that punch. But in danger at times of punching himself out because he's really being drawn into a fight. What a battle! Remember a better recovery than this with O'Sullivan. Really took the stick in the opening round, and in the second, fighting his heart out and having really quite a bit of success. And again, warning inside of the glove. Now that's going against the champion. Silver medalist in the last World Cup, Martinez. And this was the ring where they fought the 76 Olympics in Montreal at the Maurice Richard Arena. Coming up to the end of the second. And really, Shawn O'Sullivan getting more than his medals back in a fantastic light middleweight final. Martinez looking just a little bit distressed there and certainly surprised. And in replay in that flash in the second where they really didn't stop punching. Just look at this. Toe to toe, punch for punch. And O'Sullivan trying to get inside the long arms of the Cuban. And again now, the right hand a bit wild by Martinez. And O'Sullivan managing to get his punches just that much shorter to make them count. Certainly looks as though he's had some professional coaching. So it's the third and, of course, final round of the World Cup in Montreal. One of the greatest amateur battles I've ever seen. They can't really call this too much science. But for sheer guts, ability, these boys have kept going the whole time, and O'Sullivan really battling back after a disastrous start. Martinez perhaps realising he lost a medal or two in that second round, and Shawn O'Sullivan from Toronto just will not be denied. I can imagine some of the professional promoters around the world must be green with envy watching these boys doing it for a few cups and saucers, as it were. Well, who says the amateurs are hit-and-run merchants? They're in terrific shape, having fought all week to get to this final. They're feeling a few bruises with battle, and they still have not stopped. My heart goes out to both of them. And in particular O'Sullivan, because he had every reason to even quit at the end of that first round. But that was the last thing in his mind. the glove, and I think he's understandably a bit disgusted by that. I think O'Sullivan is saying, well, it's just as well he didn't hit me with a knuckle part because he hurts. It's true that some of them do look as though they're landing with the tip of the glove, those punches. But I think the referee has been a little bit pernickety with that. It's too great a battle to spoil with stoppages and public warnings. Well, you can see now how Martinez managed to win that gold medal at only 18, defeated Koskin of Russia on the way. But what would have happened had the Canadians entered and fighters like O'Sullivan that have been in Moscow, well, they've just now thrown a few upsets on the way, as indeed O'Sullivan is doing in this last round. What a tremendous battle this is, and now the champion gets a standing count. Well, that is a surprise. O'Sullivan has not only come back, but he's dished out enough punishment to level things up and probably now put him ahead in the last seconds of the final round, and the bell comes to the rescue. A playful punch at the bell, and O'Sullivan senses that he's won it, and the crowd know he has.
Well, in fact, it was a 5-0 unanimous verdict for the young Canadian. What a remarkable comeback after those 2 standing counts in the first round, and what a hot prospect he is.